Calaroga Shark Media.
From New Jersey, where Trump made communism sound appealing, this is Ballot.
That's right, we've got more weird J.D. Vance stuff, Fruit Loops, and I'm not even going to do the hotties for Harris story. Let's hit this. J.D. Vance, the Ohio senator who's made a career out of railing against woke culture and gender-neutral bathrooms, is now facing some bathroom humor of his own, straight out of his high school yearbook. The Daily Mail dug up a photo from 2003 showing an 18-year-old J.D. Vance, then known as MC Hammer, J.D. Hamill, posing in a bathroom with 3 female classmates in front of a row of urinals. Because nothing says school spirit like awkward teenage bathroom pics, right? The yearbook gem features Vance with his fellow student government officers. 3 girls who were apparently making a statement about female authority by facing the urinals, with Vance looking on. According to one of the women in the photo, the image was meant to be a tongue-in-cheek nod to the unusually balanced gender split in their student government. "We thought it would be funny," she told the Daily Mail, adding that it was all in good fun. Ah, the joys of high school humor. When asked about the photo, Vance's spokesperson seemed less amused, blasting the media for focusing on a goofy high school yearbook from over 20 years ago, instead of, important stuff like inflation and fentanyl. Because clearly, it's the urinal pic that's ruining America, not any of that other stuff. Vance and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz have agreed to face off in an October 1st debate hosted by CBS News. It's going to be the battle of the vice presidential hopefuls, and I hope someone tells Walz that it's Walz in these debates, just so we can keep the fun going. Walz accepted the invitation first during a Boston fundraiser, saying he was excited to compare his vision for America with Vance's, which is a diplomatic way of saying, let's see who can outshine who on national TV. Not to be outdone, Vance jumped on Twitter, because only losers call it X, to confirm he's not only in for the October 1st debate, but also threw down the gauntlet for another one on September 18th, hosted by CNN. It's like he's going for a best-of-3 series, and I'm half expecting him to demand a cage match for the 3rd round. At a news conference, Donald Trump went full Tic Tac tactician, holding up 2 containers of the mints, one regular-sized and the other a tiny, shrunken version. He claimed that the difference in size was the direct result of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's policies. Apparently, inflation has even hit the mint aisle. If Biden's not careful, we'll be carrying Tic Tacs and eyedropper bottles by the time the election rolls around. Trump appeared outside his Bedminster Golf Club on Thursday afternoon and said he could take his time because of the weather. The rain is not imminent, based on the fact there are no clouds. Oh, I should mention he was standing with 2 tables loaded with coffee and Fruit Loops. The Fruit Loops joke almost writes itself. We also saw a tweet mentioning Trump suggesting Harris has some plan for communism where we will all get healthcare. And Comrade Harris, if that's true, I'm listening. Great, now I'm gonna get texts from people who think my crack about communism is real. And texts from my crazy ex-girlfriend Norma. No, I'm not a communist. And yes, she's crazy. In his latest legal maneuver, Trump's lawyers are asking the judge in his hush money trial to delay his sentencing until after the 2024 election. Why? Because apparently, nothing says justice like waiting until after you might be president again. Trump's team argues that pushing back the sentencing date will help avoid any conflicts and appearances of impropriety, especially since there's an ongoing congressional inquiry into the case. But let's be real. They're probably just hoping to run out the clock until after the election because, priorities. Judge Juan Merchan, who's already scheduled the sentencing for September 18th, isn't exactly new to Trump's antics. He's got to decide on Trump's claim that he's immune from prosecution, following a Supreme Court ruling in June, before making a call on the delay. And, of course, Trump's legal team is throwing in some side-eye at the judge's daughter's business ties, just for good measure. In a move straight out of a political action thriller, the Secret Service has given former President Donald Trump the green light to use bulletproof glass at his outdoor rallies. That's right, folks. Trump is getting the kind of protection usually reserved for the actual commander-in-chief, not a guy who's just angling for a rematch. This high-tech glass, provided by none other than the Department of Defense, will be carted around on trucks and vans like it's the latest must-have festival gear. Now, with this new security measure, Trump's campaign can get back to business as usual. Well, as usual as things can be when you're standing behind military-grade glass. It's not every day you see a former president campaigning in what amounts to a high-security Pope-mobile, but then again, Trump isn't your everyday former president. Whether this move sets a new precedent for ex-presidents or just adds another chapter to the Trump saga, one thing's for sure, his rallies just got a lot more transparent. Joe Biden, remember him? Don't worry, he doesn't either. And yeah, I've used that joke multiple times, but you think Joe remembers it? No, it's new to him every time. Well, it seems President Biden is getting a bit creative with his nicknames, introducing us all to Donald Dump during his latest appearance with Vice President Kamala Harris. Donald Dump? Joe, that's why we use AI to help make the show and write some jokes. Hey, AI, come up with some nicknames for Trump. Ready? 1. The Orange Mirage, because his promises tend to disappear as quickly as they're made. 2. Magatron. Hey, that one is pretty good. The Grift Father, always making offers you can't refuse, until you read the fine print. Crazy Psycho. Oh wait, that's my nickname for my ex-girlfriend Norma. Anyway, Joe Biden, remember him? Don't worry, he doesn't either. Biden and Harris made their first public outing since Harris took the lead on the Democratic ticket, walking out together to Bruce Springsteen's "We Take Care of Our Own." You can almost hear Biden going, "What's his name again? Donald Dump? Whatever." You can almost hear the rest of us saying, "That's like the fourth lamest Springsteen song." Biden was all in on praising Harris, calling her one hell of a president, which, well, wait until Joe finds out what his title is. So, Elon Musk thought it'd be a good idea to let the internet play with his new AI image generator, Grok 2, and, surprise, the trolls immediately pounced. Within minutes, ex-users were turning the tool into their personal playground, creating everything from images of Musk being walked like a dog by Trump to, well, much darker and more disturbing content. You'd think Musk would have seen this coming, but apparently, Grok's guardrails are about as sturdy as wet tissue paper. The results? Images of Musk in compromising positions, holding signs with some very unflattering messages. It's like Musk handed out matches at a fireworks factory and then acted surprised when everything blew up. But hey, he's calling it the most fun AI in the world, which I guess is true if your idea of fun is watching a dumpster fire. Portions of today's program were made with the help of AI, but the good kind, not the one where you can create images of Musk being walked like a dog by Trump to, well, much darker and more disturbing content.